Hello, my name's TJ. Um, I'm talking to you right now because I wanted to make sure that everybody understood that when you go out to buy a motorhome, I understand you'll have a limited amount of money. Uh, Funds are real tight nowadays. My choice to live in a motorhome is the convenience of I get to travel, I get to do everything that I want to do. Yeah, I work and I travel. I get to have that type of lifestyle with my wife and a small dog. Um, Having a motorhome, there's a lot of benefits to having a motorhome. But one of the really important things is choosing a motorhome. Choosing what size you want, what you want it for, what you plan on doing, what's your destination, how much money you want to spend on it. The maintenance and the upkeep to a motorhome is not just, hey, put oil in it, keep gas in it. No. A motorhome is big responsibility, especially if you buy a used one. You're most likely going to inherit other people's problems. I suggest before you purchase a motorhome of any type or size, you look at the motorhome carefully. You get underneath of it, you look at everything, you jack it up, you get the airbags checked, all the lines, the electrical, make sure everything works before you purchase a motorhome of any type. Make sure there's no liens or levies against it because there's people who actually lend money to people with motorhomes because it's just like a house. It's got equity. You can borrow against it. You do not want to buy something that you'll never own. The other thing is, a while ago, people had told me that there's no way that you can buy a motorhome for $1,000, around that price. That's false. They're full of shit. I purchased a 1990 Malibu by Cobra with a 460 big block, fuel injected, not carbureted. Has the tow package, everything in it. My downside to buying one for $1,000 was mostly the tires were dry rotted. There was some issues with the bathroom. There was issues with the carpet. It was a little dingy, a little dirty from being put up all this time. It sat around for about a year of not moving, not being done nothing with. Um, the only thing is, I got really lucky, and I got a motorhome for $1,000 cash, and the title was clean. I did some background checking on the title before I purchased it. I made sure that I was actually going to be able to own it. Um, Other things really, really important. Make sure the generator's there. The generator is one of the most important things in the motorhome. When I got this, the generator wasn't there. So I had to replace the generator. You can't just go and put any generator in there. It has to be able to be hooked to the coach. A lot of generators nowadays from Lowe's or Home Depot, they have a pull start, stuff like that. They don't have an outlet for them to output electricity into your motorhome. It can't be converted that way. You could do it as an external one and then plug into it like that. Run drop cord and everything else through your motorhome. But I don't want to do that. I want it to actually crank up by a button in the motorhome and run everything that's in here. The gen set, own in generator, generation one, generation two, they're really, really good ones, very much. They're low on fuel, they're altitude controlled, they know when you're at high levels, stuff like that. And if you're going to be up north, you really, really got to remember put a light in where your water tanks are. It's very essential. I've already had frozen pipelines and stuff like that being in North Carolina. Anytime it drops below 35 degrees, put a light out there, a 60-watt soft light bulb on a lamp, and just sit it in there. They sell lamps, very small, very cheap. But what I was really want to talk to you guys about was remodeling the motorhome. When you buy a cheap motorhome, be careful because there's nothing more frustrating than going to Lowe's and Home Depot and RV places trying to find parts for your motorhome. Make sure before you take on a big task as far as restoring a motorhome, you have somewhere to do it. You cannot do it at the RV parks. You want to be able to have it at a home, an apartment, a trailer, whatever. You want to have your own space to work on it. The neighbors don't like to see that kind of stuff all over the place. Anyways, with my motorhome, I got lucky and went to Lowe's and got new carpet. A lot of people said, "Hey, don't do that because the carpet's different." It's not different. They're stain resistant. There's all types of carpet that you can get, indoor, outdoor carpeting. I'm not talking about the green carpet that they use on putt-putt golf courses. I'm talking about indoor, outdoor, tight woven carpet. Not plastic or nothing like that. Anyways, with the benefits of going to Lowe's and getting parts for your motorhome, a lot of stuff can be changed over. The faucets and stuff like that, they can be changed over. The sinks can be changed over. You just got to cut them and make them fit in there. They're a little bit bigger, yeah, but the lines are all the same. Don't let somebody tell you that you can't do it. Just try to do it and do it smart and follow through with what you're trying to do. Don't give up. It's very frustrating. I know it is. I've had quite some time doing this now, and I've learned a lot about working on motorhomes. One of the main things is the chassis, the airbags, and the fuel tanks and stuff like that on here. Um, the water and the levelers and stuff like that. It's a lot of frustration, but just don't give up. Um, One of the other things is when you tell somebody that you want to buy a motorhome and they say that you can't buy it for $1,000 or $2,000, they're lying. They're out there. You just got to find them, but you got to be careful about what you get. You can't just go purchase anything and think, oh, it's going to be great, it's going to work forever. No, it's not that way. Eventually, you'll get lucky enough to where you'll walk up on something and it's worth the money. Just don't be too eager and jump on something that you're not sure about. It will bite you pretty hard when you find out that you've been screwed. The bathroom in my motorhome was leaking from the tub. Uh, Somebody heavy size got in the tub, cracked it, took showers multiple times, and then tried to patch it with fiberglass. Fiberglass on the outside of a tub lining does not work. It does not stop leaking. One of the worst things about it is the damage underneath, the floor and the frame and everything underneath it. You have to go in there and rip all that out. And what I'm about to show you is a bathroom completely restored back to the way that it should be. The only thing is, I decided to do something a little bit different. I put a walk-in shower in there. And with a walk-in shower, it's a little more convenient for me because I'm 6'4" and I need more room to move around. My wife's not so tall, but again, with a motorhome, you want to be careful about what you decide to do. You don't want to pull too big of a task because if you go to ripping your motorhome apart, it's going to look like crap. Do one project at a time. Make sure you got the material with you. Um, don't put it off tomorrow what you can do today. Don't do that. Does not work that way. Um, Me, I went with a couple different options. Instead of a couch, I went with a futon. Instead of indoor outdoor carpeting or RV carpet, I went with carpet for a house and padding for a house and insulation and trim and stuff like that. Let me show you real quickly what I'm talking about. Um, as you can see, as you can see, this is this is actually this is actually house carpet. And with house carpet, you can see how plush and how soft it is. And one of the other things is, here we go. Let me show you. Let me show you the bathroom. Let me show you the bathroom. And as you can see, what I've done here is I've actually put shower board on the backs of the shower instead of a tub. A lot of other people, they like to put tubs and stuff like that in here. I'm not going to put a tub. I'm going to be a little bit different and put a walk-in shower. I actually keep my vacuum in the shower to keep it out of the way. But as you can see, drain, and then I built the pan all the way around underneath of here with a 2-inch lip coming up off the floor, and then carpet in here. One thing that I've found out doing a project like this is it's not exactly easy and it's not fast. You want to be careful when you go to ripping into it because there's always going to be more damage than what you expect, especially if there's water damage. Water damage you really need to treat and be persistent about it with treated lumber, stuff like that, reinforcing it, bracing it, stuff like that. Anyways, thank you very much. And if you have any comments, hit me up at tjbadboy18@gmail.com. And if you need any information on other motorhomes and how to fix stuff, just give me a call. Hit me up. Thank you.